Have you ever wondered if you're doing something wrong when it comes to managing your arthritis pain, or if you're making a mistake that's actually leading to more pain? Well, there are 5 common mistakes that people typically make and sometimes aren't even aware that they're making them that can actually be sabotaging their own arthritis pain relief. So I want to share these 5 common mistakes with you because we can either fix them if you're currently doing them, or we can prevent them from happening in the first place, which is huge when it comes to managing arthritis naturally, especially if you're trying to avoid surgery. But even if you have already had surgery, these can also be very helpful for you. So over the next 5 days, I'm going to go through each one of these mistakes and give you a tidbit on how to actually prevent them from happening or to fix them and take action. We are all about taking action here at Keep the Adventure Alive. And so, my name's Alyssa. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I'm an arthritis specialist. So I see hundreds of people almost exclusively with osteoarthritis. So all of them have come to me with some degree of these common mistakes, so I wanted to share them with you. Mistake number 1, we are talking all about movement. So one of the most common mistakes that people make with movement is they significantly reduce the amount that they are moving once they get a diagnosis of arthritis or if they're dealing with severe pain. Movement is one of the most crucial parts of dealing with arthritis. Our joints need to move. And the longer we stay in one position, the less active we are, the more irritated our joints become. It's great for our cartilage. It builds up the strength of it, the cartilage that you have. Although we can't necessarily regrow cartilage, we can absolutely increase the strength of what we have. It also improves blood flow because when you have inflammation in the joint itself, we kind of have all of these cells that are irritating the bones. The more blood flow we get to that area, the more that the blood is able to help take out the garbage or cycle through some of those cells. But if we're not moving, we're not getting as much blood flow, and those cells get to hang out a little bit longer, which our bones do not enjoy. So movement can be helpful, but I totally understand if you're sitting there, well, movement hurts. Everything I have tried has caused pain. I can't seem to find anything that doesn't flare up my pain. And this is where we kind of start to it can get a little bit tricky, but I want to tell you that it's totally possible. There are thousands and millions of different exercises, different ways of movement and activities that you can do in order to kind of get some of this movement. So it's all about finding the movements that work for you. Now, one movement may work for someone, but it may not work for you. And so it's kind of trying to find what movements your joints like. Now, this can be really challenging. It can be frustrating, especially if you don't have much guidance to go through. But first, I want you to understand that movement is actually really good for your joints and rest is not. Because a lot of times we come from that arthritis is wear and tear. The more movement we do, the more damage we're causing. And that is not true. Movement helps so much with joint pain. But we don't want to be flaring our joint pain up every time we try to move. One of the ways that we can actually improve our joint strength, our joint mobility, and really start to introduce some good movement that is nice to our joints is adding in some variety, getting a different perspective, getting different options and suggestions of exercises. And so one of the best ways to do this is to actually join our 5-day free arthritis movement challenge. And with this, you're just going to get 5 videos of exercises that you can do each day. Now, the caveat being, the point of this challenge is to open your mind to new exercise options, to new ways of moving that can actually be nice to your joints. Because the thing of it is, if you really start to gain some confidence, if you really start to realize and understand that movement can feel good, it doesn't have to hurt all the time, by trying different things, that opens a lot of different doors. Because even doing things around the house, even doing just, social events, maybe playing sports, all of these things, I meet so many people who I go see because of their arthritis pain, and they have given up almost all activity for the past couple of years. when we want to actually prevent that. We want to get you moving immediately. So trying this 5-day challenge is going to give you some options, because a lot of times people stop moving because they're not sure what's going to be good for their joints. They're hesitant. They don't want to cause more damage. And with this challenge, I have compiled all of my exercises that have proven to be helpful. Now, not every exercise might feel good to you, and that is okay, because there are thousands, millions of exercises out there. So if one doesn't feel good to you, that's okay. Modify or just move on. And there are exercises out there that will work for you. There are movements out there that will work for you. Now, if you can find a couple of those movements, then you're going to feel more confident when you're going out and playing sports with friends, or you're going on a hike with your family, or you're going just on a walk around the neighborhood with your significant other. You're going to want to say yes to those things more often because you feel more confident. So just this 5-day challenge is going to get you jump started on this journey of finding movement that your joints love. Whether it's knee pain, hip pain, back pain, ankle pain, whatever is holding you back, you need your entire body to move optimally. And these are going to be full body type workouts, because even if you have knee arthritis, you should be working on your core. You should be working on hips. It's not just in the knee. So down below, you're going to see a link to start that free 5-day challenge. And I highly, highly, highly recommend this. Even if you've been exercising for a while, or if you've tried a bunch of things and you do have an exercise routine that works, variety is key. So you can learn a thing or two, learn a few movements, even if you just want movements during a pain flare-up. That is okay too. These are just going to open your eyes to some new ideas and some fresh ideas that you can mix things up. These are going to help strengthen your joints, improve your mobility, and just improve that blood flow, because that number one mistake that people make is reducing their mobility. And I get pain can absolutely be a contributor to this, but movement can actually help decrease irritation if it's the right movement. So go ahead, check out down below to that free 5-day challenge. And you have 4 more videos of 4 more mistakes coming your way. If you're watching this in real time, then mistake number 2 is going to come to you tomorrow. If it's been a couple of weeks, go ahead and go right to number 2 below. See you in mistake number 2.